Okay, you ready for this?
No, but let's do it anyway.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Nerdy Psychologist Book Club. I'm Brandy Hawk, a trauma psychologist and proud book nerd.
And I'm Deanna Boys, a psychology expert and also a book nerd.
Let's talk about your favorite heroes and villains, why they do what they do, and what that means for us. Welcome to the club.
Sorry to interrupt you there, but we have an announcement to make. We are taking a summer break. Yay. Yay for us. We are going to be finishing up this very first season of the Nerdy Psychologist Book Club with our last book for the season, They Both Die at the End, by Adam Silvera. That will finish up the fourth week in June. We'll be taking that last week in June off, all of July off, and starting back up in August with new episodes. We'll be starting off with The Rose Bargain by Sasha Payton Smith. We are so excited to get to have a little bit of a break and then come back and do more fun conversations with y'all. Okay, that's all I had to say. Now back to you.
So every week, we are going to be talking about a new character or concept within the book that we're reading for the month. This month, we are reading So Let Them Burn by Camilla Cole. Deanna, would you tell us a little bit about this book?
Let's. Great. It is about two sisters, Faron and Alara, and they are both reeling, having been in a war.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them is imbued with magical powers given to her by the gods, and she is called the Child Empyrean. And then her older sister is kind of living in her shadow. But we pick up after the war, where Alara and Faron are expected to go to a fancy banquet where Faron is expected to kind of show off her duties, all of her things that she can do, all of her skills, kind of like a trained pet. But at this kind of event, her sister, Alara, bonds with a dragon. There are dragons in this book. Dragons and magic and God.
Love the dragons.
And Alara bonds with this dragon. It's a permanent bond, and it is a enemy dragon. And so she has to kind of navigate the world now, being bonded to this kind of enemy and what that means for them. They're trying to make peace anyway. And Faron is like, I'm going to fix this. I'm going to figure this out. I'm going to find out how I can change this piece for my sister. And to do so, she dives deeper into kind of like a deeper world where she is talking to the gods a lot, or what she thinks of the gods. Brings us to where we are today, which is talking about the gods and leaders in the book specifically. And I did want to call this The Gods Must Be Crazy, but the gods are liars. They're liars in this book.
The gods are lying.
They're lying. So this, in true book club fashion, we're having our fancy cocktail first.
Okay.
So cheers, my friend. Let's have our drinks.
So the gods are gods, but gods, like any person in authority, is a leader. Are leaders,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
So I want to talk about what type of leadership the gods are showing.
Terrible.
I mean, not great.
Not great.
Not great.
Lying ones. I guess it's not terrible.
I mean, it's fairly terrible.
Yeah, it is actually terrible. Yeah.
It's not a good model of leadership.
No.
And actually, before even what I wanted to start with them, like, let's talk about what you brought up, that Faron is given all of these powers and then they just like let her go with it.
And they don't even like when she's doing okay, in the very beginning, she's like running around or whatever, like was just like racing somebody, and then she's like, I'm gonna use the god's power to win. Like
the stupid schoolyard race.
Like it doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter. Like, why are you using magical powers to win over it? And like in the world, it seems like it seems like it's a lot.
It feels like she does this a lot also. And that she's just like, oh, well, I'm running a race, or I want to prove this person that I'm better than them. So I'm going to call on the gods and use their powers to show this.
Yeah.
But it's not like she just like has the power of the gods inside of her.
She has to like call on them, right?
Yeah, she has to call on them and talk to them and ask for their power, and they just always say yes.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah. I wish people would always say yes to me. No, just kidding.
No, you don't.
No, I don't.
You really don't.
Yeah.
It's not helpful.
It's not helpful.
Like, it's not teaching Faron how to use her powers responsibly. It's not teaching her what they're for. It's just saying, yep, you have these powers.
Yeah.
Have at it.
They don't ever tell her what the consequences are going to be.
Nope.
They just like, yeah, okay.
That's fine.
That's fine.
So this is the world that she's living in.
Yeah, because like, they're like, okay, you can have this little indulgence or whatever, as long as you do what we say.
Right.
Keep doing what we're saying or what we expect you to do.
And until now, it was win a war when you're 12.
I know, right?
Ridiculous.
Can you imagine? I can't even imagine.
No.
Who was I at 12? A
Not
nerd.
someone that could win a war.
A nerd.
So not much
someone
has
with a war.
changed.
Yeah. No. Yeah, true. But yeah, go. Sorry.
Yeah, so they gave her these powers at 12. She won the war. She did what she needed to do. And now she's just in this like holding pattern, continually using their powers, but with no purpose. She has no purpose.
Yeah.
And that's where we pick up, is she is just using the gods' powers. They're allowing her to have them whenever she wants them. They're not putting any limits or rules in place.
This reminds me of that movie when we were growing up. Do you remember the movie Blank Check?
Oh, I do.
You just got to have a blank check and then just got to like, oh, okay, I'm going to have a limousine. Like,
Just do whatever you want.
Just do whatever you want. It's fine.
It's fine.
Yeah.
And that's what they're letting her do.
Yeah,
right?
blank check.
So they're creating this in her.
Yeah.
And then her sister, like you said, bonds this dragon. And now Faron is trying to do whatever she can to figure out how to break this dragon bond and save her sister.
Yeah. Did you, when that was happening, when there was like the masculine voice or whatever, that was like the gray spirit or
The
whatever.
Gray Saint, yeah.
The Gray Saint, yeah. Did you you're like, what the hell is this? Like,
Yeah.
because I honestly just skipped over it. I was like, yeah, of course there's somebody over there yelling at her. I just like, whatever.
I was like, what is this voice?
Yeah. Oh, okay. So you did. My reading comprehension skills need some work.
I was very confused. I'm like, what is
and they
happening?
just dropped it. They were just like, oh, yeah, whatever.
But like it was weird because also Alara was hearing the voice of her dragon. So like there's this random voice coming up over here, and then like Signy's random voice, and then there's this other random voice.
That's
like,
true.
I don't know. Like there's just a lot of random voices.
Like I did really like this the story. She added like little flares where like you can like, oh, I'm gonna call on the ancestors to go send a call to somebody.
I loved that so much.
But like they had to like embody you to tell you the story or to tell you whatever it was.
Yeah.
Like that would be insane. Like, oh, okay, let me call on my mom to come embody me. Like, ugh, weird.
Yeah, it was a lot, but that was very cool.
It was totally cool. Very cool.
I want to talk about leadership.
Okay.
Right? So we are not gods.
No.
No one on this earth, no matter what they think, is a god.
Listen, somebody probably is. We don't know.
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
I'm highly skeptical that a person walking on this earth is a god,
Yeah, me too.
even if they think they are.
The gods are liars anyway.
Gods are liars anyway. So I want to talk about them as leaders and what this means for our leadership. And so there's a few things that they do that I'd like us to talk about.
Okay.
So I'm going to pull it up. You tell me what this sounds like to you. So Faron comes to the gods because she trusts them.
Yes, and she's like, the whole time, she's like, I'll just talk to the gods. I'll just talk to the gods. I'm like,
the gods are always there for me. They gave me these powers. I trust them. So she goes to them because she trusts them. And she tells them about this voice that she's hearing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she says, he made me feel powerful.
Yeah.
And their response is, he was the one who taught the founders of the Langlish Empire how to bond with dragons and how to ride them, said Mala. They may have forgotten his name, but they still worship him as a god, even though his regard for them is non-existent. So, it doesn't seem like a lot. But let me remind you
They
that
kind of just like let a little thing slip.
Yeah.
It's just like,
the gods know that this actually was the first Empyrean who was sent out into the world to try to defeat the first dragon,
yeah.
but wound up bonding the dragon and then wreaking havoc on the world. They just
Yes.
forgot to mention all the important details.
Forgot.
Right?
Yeah.
So when we think about leadership, I want to bring this up as telling half-truths.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah. Have you ever been dealt with a leader who said half-truths?
Yes.
Yeah. It is actually a pretty common thing. And it's the higher up you go in leadership, they do a lot of, how do I put it? Like justifications for these half-truths. They're like, it's important for this, this, and this, and therefore you only need to know this.
Yeah.
You know, just kind of like this, but like you wouldn't understand, or like legally we can't say anything.
Right.
Yeah.
I can't tell you. I wish I could tell you, but I can't tell you.
Yeah. But like you could tell me it in a way that I understand.
Right.
You could find a way to explain this to me that would make sense and make me like trust you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I recently, and I won't get too, specific.
Oh, pause. I'm a therapist. This is not therapy. This is book club.
No, but I had someone basically say something like, we're going to make everything work out for everyone. And you just actually can't do that.
It's not possible.
And if you say things like that too many times, you erode trust. And when you give half-truths, or you give like, pieces of the puzzle, or you don't accept people for like where they're saying, hey, all these things are a problem, you erode trust.
Absolutely.
And I don't know if Faron was fully like, I think she accepted it for face value there.
Well, why would she not? She trusted them fully. They've done so much for her. They're her gods. Of course she trusts them. So when they tell her this information, she believes them. She doesn't question, is there more to the story? Why would she?
Yeah, why would she?
Why would she?
Because she is so used to trusting them.
Yeah.
It's halfway through the book.
It's halfway through the book. And I'm actually just going to go like a page into the future from there, actually, for the next one.
Into the future.
So here we are looking at page 152, literally one page into the future. And so not only is it half-truths, I want you to think about what it would feel like for someone to speak this to you. Faron, dragons are creatures with cosmic power. They were never meant to be in this realm. The fury is beyond anyone's ability to create or control at this point. Liars. We think, in fact, that this is a sign the creatures have overstayed their welcome. Mala said this as if she were trying to calm a toddler. The way forward is clear. Once we came to you to be the child Empyrean and save Saniri from the dragons. Now we must call on you to save the world from them.
Liars!
Liars and patronizing.
So patronizing.
It's okay, sweetheart.
Literally, as if she was trying to calm a toddler.
Yeah. I think that is, where leadership can really go astray, right? Is where not only are we giving half-truths, but when we give the half-truths, we don't acknowledge the fact that we're not giving it all, but we patronize the other person and say, like, you can't handle.
You don't even understand.
It's really like, it's above you.
I've dealt with that.
Yeah, tell me more.
Well, it is not my therapy session, so I won't get too in depth, but I've definitely had leaders patronize me, talk to me as if I couldn't even possibly understand the stakes that are at hand.
Yeah.
And that's not helpful. That doesn't make me feel secure or safe or like motivated. It actually makes me feel more isolated.
Absolutely. It doesn't help you connect to the leader. It doesn't help you connect to what's going on. It just makes you feel belittled. And when you feel belittled, you don't want to engage.
Yeah.
You don't want to follow the rules. You want to act out.
And your name is Faron, and you already act out anyway.
And you already act out anyway. So just going a few pages into the future from there.
It's like just a few pages.
On page... Oh, wrong page.
During
Here we go. You know, page 154.
I was going to say, it's not even that far, is it?
It's just the next page, literally. Yeah. So she finishes this conversation with the gods. They're patronizing to her. They're telling her half-truths. They tell her that she needs to kill her sister.
So insane.
Right?
Can you imagine?
And they're like, you should want to do this.
Obviously.
This is your job.
Obvi.
You need to kill your sister for the greater good. And Faron's like, no, thank you.
Yeah. No, thank you. No.
She's my sister. The whole reason that I came to you was to save her. And now you want me to kill her. No. I don't want to do this.
That's not what I came here for. You're a liar.
This is not helping, right? And they just dismissed it. They're like, no. This is what, you have to do this, right?
Yeah.
This is what we just read. And so now Faron stumbled sightlessly through the hallways of the temple, rage curling in her chest. They had tried to keep secrets from her. They were using her to solve problems they had caused. Again and again, they used her, and when she was in need, they turned their backs on her. If she couldn't trust them with this, then how could she trust them at all?
And if she couldn't turn to the gods, who could she trust?
Yes.
Not the gods, because they're liars.
So when our leadership gives us half-truths, and when they patronize us, it makes us angry.
Yeah.
And it makes us ready to rebel.
Yeah. I'm not going to lie. I'm absolutely dealing with this.
Yeah. I mean, same.
Yeah. I have dealt with this. It's hard.
It's really hard.
And it goes, you feel insane. You're like, how is everyone just accepting this?
Yeah. Everyone else is fine. Am I the crazy person?
Am I the crazy person?
But really, everyone else is just putting on a face as well.
Yeah, that's true.
Or they're trying to align with power.
That's true.
And say, yeah, you are crazy because I'm with these people over here.
Yes. Aligning with power is a thing. And it can make you feel really isolated. And she totally could have just been like, okay.
Yeah.
But throughout the book, they talk, Faron Laura talks about it actually. She's like, my sister would rip apart an entire continent to find me.
Yeah.
Their bond is so strong. And having that connection to your sister or to somebody is helpful to keep you grounded when you're dealing with liars.
Yeah, it gives you something to contradict what they're saying.
Yeah.
Right? It's easy for us to just go along with what leadership says.
Yeah.
Especially when the leadership is the gods, right?
Right.
Whole other level.
That's a whole other level.
Obviously.
And thinking about it, I just was big picture. Faron has complete access to the gods. She's just I just none of the other, Irietta's residents have any access.
Not at all.
They're just yeah, we just blindly follow the gods.
Right.
And whatever they say.
The gods. But are liars. But they don't actually talk to them, right?
They don't talk to them.
And so you're saying, it would have been so easy, right?
They do talk to them. They just don't get anything back.
That's true. They submit their questions.
In the suggestion box.
In the suggestion box.
That goes nowhere. Subtext. This exists in the world.
Yeah.
We've experienced it.
So I think it's just inevitable that when leaders are opaque, they're giving half-truths, they are patronizing, they're not listening when you tell them real concerns.
Yeah.
It's inevitable that the people are going to get overwhelmed with that and say, no, I don't want to do this.
Mm-hmm.
And when the people say no to their leaders, then they're going to find other ways of getting their needs met.
Yeah.
Because what we know that what Faron does is she goes to the Grey Saint.
Right?
And she does very stupid things.
She really does.
And we talk all about that in our podcast on egocentrism.
We did. I've actually, so like I said, I went back and read some of her stuff again with like, I think I was triggered for something else, but I went back and read it. I was like, oh, poor thing.
Yeah, she's trying so hard.
She's trying so hard. And it's so funny how like, when you have your physiological and your psychological needs met, or when you don't, or when you're triggered by something, like how much more something can piss you off.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Like, she pissed me off so much when I was reading her, and I was like, let me go back and look at her.
Yeah.
A little different lens.
Why does she make me so mad?
Why does she make me so mad?
What light does she shine on me?
Yeah. What did she say about me? Or people I know.
Or people you know. But yeah, so like, what else is she supposed to do? The gods are saying, you're dumb, you're a baby, just kill your sister.
They really are, you're right.
That's what they're saying.
They are saying that, yeah.
And so, of course, she doesn't go back to them.
No, she's like, I'm done with you. You said an insane thing.
You said an insane thing. You want me to kill my sister? That's absolutely insane.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I'm going to go over to this guy who
knows about him?
Probably bad for me.
You didn't tell me anything about him, so.
You just told me that, like, maybe he was involved with dragons before. You didn't tell me who he really is.
Yeah. That's the other problem with telling half-truths. Because when you take something as, like, gospel, as truth, and they only give you a piece of it, people will take it and run.
Absolutely.
And, like, they might run with the wrong piece. So if you don't give them all the information, that gets spread.
Yeah.
Real fast. FYI by gossip. Guys, I'm just talking about gossip.
But, like, if they had told her he was the first Empyrean, how different would that have made things?
Right? Like, she might have wanted to know a little bit more. She would have asked more questions, and that's the problem. They wouldn't have wanted that. They were trying to quash it.
Yes.
But if you had been transparent about it, it might have made her feel less alone.
Yeah. Like, oh, I wasn't the first. He was the first.
Yeah.
What happened? Why is this happening? Right? Like, can we stop this? Can we make other choices?
But the gods are like, we can't tell about our failure.
Right.
Yeah.
Because of defensiveness.
Yes. Oh,
so
God.
That is what I wanted to talk about actually on page 235.
Okay, I got to take a drink first. Okay,
really good. That's all right. So, page 235. They finally, Faron confronts the gods and tells them that the Grey Saint never died and is in prison somewhere.
Okay, I already knew this, but it's very dramatic.
And she says, is that true? Faron took a deep breath to control her temper. What would have been the harm in just telling me that? Right?
Right. Honestly, I do appreciate Faron for saying exactly what I think sometimes. Not gonna lie, it's triggering, but Faron was like, what would be the harm? Why couldn't you just say anything?
Why didn't you just tell me that?
Why?
Right? Well, the reappearance of the Grey Saint, as well as your interest in him, worries us, Irie responded. Your situation has made the right thing to do a complicated matter for you. We knew what he was likely to want, and we knew you couldn't be coaxed into giving it to him if you didn't know anything about it or about him.
Rude.
So rude. We don't trust you.
We don't trust you, and also you're incompetent.
Yeah, you would make bad choices.
Yeah, so we can't give you this information because you're incompetent.
Yeah. So we just made the decision that you shouldn't know the information.
Like, excuse my French, but fuck you.
Yes.
Like, rude. And it is Irie that, okay, can we, just sidebar, about the gods. Because there's gods. But is Irie the main one?
I think that they're all equal.
Okay. Yeah. I find myself, like I said, my reading comprehension, sometimes I'm skimming. I'm going through too quickly because I learned that in grad school. And I'm like, wait, I need to go back sometimes. Go, what? Sorry. And back.
No, you're good.
So rude.
Yeah, it's that defensiveness,
Mhm.
right? Oh, it's not us, it's you.
You're obviously the problem.
Right. Of course we didn't tell you.
Obviously.
It's better for you if you don't know.
If you were in our position, you would do the same thing.
Yeah.
Obviously.
And that's so problematic to tell somebody, oh, I knew it would be better if you didn't know this information.
Yeah.
No one, I have never met a single person that is like, oh yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm so glad I didn't know that.
I'm so glad you didn't tell me.
I'm so glad you didn't tell me
Especially
something.
when it directly relates to your life and like your survival, your like job, your existence.
Yeah. So, I mean, this is a really weird example. I've had a few drinks. So
we've had a few drinks.
So bear with me. But like, if your friend goes through some like horrific injury and surgery, you don't actually need the details of how their bone was sticking through their flesh.
Sometimes you
right?
do.
Like, you know, like sometimes that would be a moment where I'm like, thank you for not sharing all the details with me. I didn't need to know that. But if you just had the same injury and they're like, oh, I'm not going to tell you about what the surgery was like because I don't want you to be freaked out.
Oh my God. You know what this comes up for me is childbirth.
Oh,
people do. And I am full disclosure, I've never given birth, but people do not tell you what can happen to you.
Oh my gosh. Absolutely
they
not.
Just talk about the beauty of it. Oh, so lovely. Oh, you're pregnant. The weird things that happen to your body. I'm talking to camera one here. There's a lady on the internet and she's the lady with the list and she has like 300 plus items of terrible, weird things that happen to your body when you're pregnant.
Yeah.
Did you hear about the lady that like had like an extra breast grow in her armpit?
I didn't.
She had a nipple that, okay, this is gross, sorry. But it grew and it like had milk in it while she was breastfeeding.
What? That's amazing. And
it's kind of actually amazing, actually, when you think about it. But like, that is one of the main things that no one tells you. One of the biggest things that came out was like you poop yourself when you have a baby.
Oh my God, yeah. Sorry, during childbirth, you poop yourself.
You poop yourself, yeah. I've never had it, a baby.
I have. you poop yourself.
Yeah.
That happens.
That happens. And they don't tell you that. They don't prepare. They talk about it in such like doctors will be like, and then you do this, and then you do this, and then you do this. They'll like kind of give you a general understanding of it, but like all the other weird shit.
Yeah. But can I talk even more real?
Let's do it.
It's after the baby's born that no one talks about.
So true.
I had such awful postpartum depression.
No one talks about it.
No one talks about it.
They're better about it now. They're a little tiny bit better.
It's much better than when I was going through it.
Yeah, you have a teenager now. So
I have a teenager, so I'm old.
Yeah.
But the expectation of everyone, right? Like everyone that came and visited, my friends, people that I loved and cared about, you must be so happy.
Oh my God. No.
Right? Like, oh my gosh, like how much joy do you have seeing this baby?
Think about the 9 months that you had of everyone giving you positive attention for being pregnant too.
Yeah. And then
it's gone. And now all of it's on a kid.
Right. And you don't exist anymore.
No,
the baby exists.
The baby exists.
But you're expected to be just like glowing in this joy. And I had none. I had none of that.
Yeah.
I had no joy.
Yeah. Here, take this away.
I had like, it was really hard.
It was really
hard. Really hard.
Yeah.
And I had one friend who did the most remarkable thing and told me that she had postpartum depression when she had her kids. And she was like, did you know it's okay for you to
hate
not
your kid,
in love with your child, right?
Like not like them.
Did you know it's okay for all these things to happen? And I was like, that's not happening to me, but also like, oh my gosh, thank you so much, right? Like, and I had another friend who would just come over and hold my crying, screaming baby while I went for a walk. She was like, I got this.
Yeah.
And she had chronic pain, right? Like this
So
was not
I'll do
easy
it. I don't care.
for her,
I'll
but
do this for you.
she knew that I needed it, right? Like that was real, and those were people that made a difference because they were honest and they were caring and they supported me.
Yeah.
The gods did not do that.
The gods are liars.
They were the ones
Liars.
saying, well, you should just be happy about this.
Yeah. Number one, kill your sister. Number one, why haven't you done that yet?
Why haven't you done that
Number
yet?
two, I didn't need to tell you anything because you're an idiot.
Yeah. Number three, I'm sorry. You're going to bring up that we didn't tell you something. It's really about you. This is
Obviously,
not about us.
Like, what's wrong with you?
Right? So, given all of that, clearly the gods are not helpful.
No, they're unhelpful.
They are what we would call very opaque leaders.
Yeah.
So, what are some things that you think a leader could do to be more transparent and more helpful?
That's a good question. One of the things that I try to do in my role is like telling people as much as I know that I can tell.
Mm-hmm.
Like no half truths. Like this is as much as I know. And this is what I think about it.
Yeah.
Just being as open as possible about what's going on. When scary things are happening, when you have someone who won't talk about it, it's actually worse.
It's so much worse.
And just being like, hey, like, you want to talk about this? Like, what are your feelings? What are your thoughts? And this is what I know. And then like allowing them to ask me questions and just be like, hey, grain of salt, this is all I know.
Yeah.
I'm not like a leader of that many people, but like being a leader in any kind of like capacity is like just being like open.
Yeah.
But then also like empowering them to do their own, to like be themselves.
Yeah. Ask them what they think is the right choice and what their opinions are and what they want to do.
Yeah. And respecting it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did warn you. I was going to praise you.
Oh, please don't. It's fine.
I'm going to praise you for being such a good leader and someone that I look up to as a leader who has, you know, been there with us, like when we're in the thick of it, when we're dealing with something very like in the middle of a grant, in the middle of whatever project. But like being able to be like, we have to do this. This is over here. But like, where are we?
Yeah.
Like checking in and like actively like accepting like, hey, shit sucks right now. Do you want to just like do something different? Like, do you just want to like not have that shitty sex thing that's happening over there? Let's do that. Yeah. And then once we're feeling a little bit better, okay, now what is it going to take to meet this goal?
Yeah.
And just being transparent about the goals, being transparent about the expectations for us, you know, like whatever we need to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you were very good at that.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I think that's like there's an important recognition that there's various stages or levels of leadership, right? And sometimes being middle management is like the hardest level at all.
It's so worse.
It's so hard.
Where you're like, I can see both sides. I understand why you want to keep this opaque over here. I get what you're saying. It's not helpful.
Yeah.
And also like, this is what everyone is saying. It sucks.
It sucks because you don't actually have any real power, but you're seen as someone with power. You're like, I don't have it. It's
yeah,
not
like,
real.
I promise you, I don't have any power. I don't know.
But I think that what you said is something that's very important to me. Is something that I see you as a leader do as well. Is to be honest and say like, this is what we're up against.
Yeah.
Right. Like, I'm with you. I think this is an insurmountable need also. Right.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
We are being told we have to do X, Y, and Z. That feels crazy to me. That feels overwhelming to me. I'm not sure how we're going to do it. So how do you like, what are your thoughts?
What are your thoughts? How can we fix this? Does anyone have any great thoughts? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's such a good point.
Like what would it have been like if the gods had said, this is all the information, right? Like this is who this guy is that's talking to you.
Yeah.
This is what his background is. This is how powerful his dragon is. Because I'm sorry, no one told her.
I know, right?
I mean, maybe she should have understood, but no one told her.
No one told her anything.
No one told her. And this is what we're thinking. And then when she says, no, I'm not going to kill my sister. Okay, I hear that.
Hear you.
I hear you that that's maybe a step too far. What are your thoughts?
Yeah. Like crazy thinking. What do you think?
What do you think?
We have to do this. How can we do that?
Yeah. Like, what if we were transparent about what we're up against, but sought real feedback from people?
Yeah.
Because sometimes people have really great ideas.
Yeah. And I kept finding myself drawing back on like the work that I've been trying to do, dismantling white supremacy.
Yeah.
And like the one right way kind of thinking, or what's that other one? It's like the hoarding of power, but I forget
power hoarding.
It's called power hoarding.
That's literally what it's called.
Yeah. Like the fear of losing power by being transparent is directly rooted in white supremacy.
Absolutely.
And like, if you share information about these things, you're obviously like, you're not as powerful as you thought. And there are absolutely people who think that. But honestly, like, it is more detrimental to you than to not just be transparent.
Yeah. If you hoard all the power, if you don't give information, if you put people down when they bring up concerns, if you quash that, if you become defensive, then you get to keep the power.
Yeah.
Like, that is true.
That is true, because of the way the systems are often set up.
Yeah. Like, that has worked for a long time.
Yeah.
It works to keep the power. It doesn't work to create something better.
Yeah.
Right? Creating something better needs other people's voices and other people's thoughts, and it needs connection, and it needs collaboration to happen.
Yeah. Input, support, empower.
Yeah. Input, supports.
All these fun buzzwords, but totally. Yeah. Was there anything else we need to check in about the leaders? Because the gods suck.
They don't,
in this book, they don't.
In this book, they make poor choices.
They really do.
I think that they make them believing that they are the right choices. And I think that's actually important for us to remember.
Oh, that's a good point. Because it is hard to kind of, you look at someone and you're like, how the world did you decide on that?
Yeah. Most people believe that what they think is right is right.
Yeah.
And so, like, the gods aren't trying to kill Ilara. That's not their goal.
No.
They're not trying to be opaque necessarily. They're trying to do what they think is best. But they haven't opened their mind to realize that what they think is best might not actually be best. And that they're not the only people who know things.
That is such a common thing with leaders too, where they're like, I know best.
Yeah.
Mother knows best.
And there's truth in often our leaders have more experience. And there's a lot of knowledge that comes from experience. And we do need to recognize that. We need to honor that. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But the leaders also need to recognize and honor that the people below them have experience.
They have experience too. This happens a lot with hierarchical kind of like situations where you're just like, you don't have the degree that I have. And as someone who doesn't have a PhD, I am often viewed as less than.
That's so ridiculous because you have a master's degree.
I know, but I'm still less than.
But I understand. I know exactly what you're talking about. I know where you are and where that comes from. But that is so ridiculous to me.
I did do some work.
You did a lot of work. You did way more work than most people do.
And also, like, people who have bachelor's degree. They still did
A lot of work.
They did a lot of work. People who have lived experience. They experienced
work.
things. They did a lot of work. Like, you know, you get to a certain age and you're not just some bumpkin off the street. You experience things.
Yeah.
So like respecting people's kind of like where they're coming from. They may not be, you know, whatever, like this comes up too with like book nerds.
Yeah.
People were like, well, you haven't read this many books. And I'm like, why does that matter?
That's silly.
It's silly. But to be a leader in a place, like you need to like respect everybody's experience.
Yeah.
Even if it doesn't come from the same place that you got yours from.
Yeah.
And that is actually a good theme of the book too. Like,
it is.
Yes.
Respect other people's experiences and viewpoints.
Yeah. It is hard when you've been in a war with them.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's hard. But Alara learns it when she goes to Langley. She learns her own viewpoint, right? Like it helps to help her identify what her own viewpoint is and who she is and see that there's other people that have a heart like hers, right? Faron sees it when she finally recognizes that Reeve is real and doing all that he can, right?
He's trying so good.
And I think that at some point the gods recognize it when Alara says, y'all are crazy.
I know, yes, she does.
She's like, what the heck? Your first Empyrean, you sent him to battle a dragon that he couldn't defeat.
Because he was bonded with them.
Because he was bonded with it.
Yeah.
And you sent him into exile.
Yeah.
Your second Empyrean, you made
Also, like,
fight a war.
How long has it been? Is he still really alive or is he alive in spirit?
He was alive in spirit, which is why he needed to take over Reeve's body.
That's true. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
That's what happened. Your second Empyrean, you made fight a war for you, put her up, and then told her to kill her sister, and then we're done with her when she wouldn't kill her sister. And now me, you are now telling me to kill my sister.
They started talking to Laura. Like, okay.
No.
Rude.
This is ridiculous. Find a better way.
Find a better way.
And I love that Alara is finally able to get through to them and say, this is not acceptable.
Mm-hmm.
We're doing something different. And finally with her, they like kind of see that maybe they need to be a little bit more flexible in their thinking.
And like, what a fantasy story. Because like, that is not how leaders act.
It's not.
I mean, too often have we experienced like you show them who they are and they go, yeah. And they continue to do what they are. Or do the things that they do.
Or they either say yeah and continue or completely gaslight you.
True.
Or turn it into your problem. Like, oh, it just feels like you don't have enough team spirit.
Oh my God. Yeah. Are you not a team player?
Yeah. Do you not care about this?
God, I've actually been told that. You just obviously don't care enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's not on you. Like if someone says that to you, that's not on you.
No.
That's on the leader
and that's
not being
so
willing to
hard
listen.
When you're in that space, when you're experiencing it, because you're like, yeah, you're right. Getting gaslit is so hard.
So hard.
It's so hard. It's so hard with someone in power, like actively in power with you, especially if your job is related to it. And you're just like, this is how I get my living.
Yeah.
You're like, oh God, like I am being too much. And as someone who's very emotional like me, it is hard.
Yeah. It's hard to be told you're too much, especially from people that are in power over you.
Yeah.
I want to be like Alara and speak up to power when I need to.
Yeah. Speaking truth to power.
Yes. Yeah. That's an important thing for us to learn how to do. And as leaders, we have to learn how to hear when people speak truth to power.
Yeah. How do you do that?
With a whole lot of humility.
Yeah, you have to have humility when people are like giving you feedback and not get defensive.
Yeah. It sucks because usually my response, like what I want my response to be is like, shut up, I already know it's dumb. Right? But that's not a helpful response.
Why not? That's what I say too.
It's not a helpful response.
Dang it.
Instead, when I did yoga teacher training, did you know that?
Yes, I did.
You did know that, yeah. And we were taught when you receive feedback, you keep your hands open and listen, right? Because after we would teach a class, we would get feedback from our students. We would have to sit there, their hands open and say, I'm ready to receive your feedback.
Oh, yeah. I've actually been to a few yoga classes like that. Yeah.
It's a hard thing to do, but I think it's a really important and valuable skill and practice in any leadership place to be able to say, okay, I'm actually going to pause. I'm going to open my hands and I'm open to your feedback now.
I guess you're right. Like I have to. Sorry. It reminds me, okay, this is another dumb reference, but it reminds me of Hank Scorpio from Simpsons.
What?
Hank Scorpio was like, yes, tell me everything. I want to know. And he was just like, you don't like it? Okay, I'll fix it. And like, you don't want to be too overly.
Yeah.
But like being able to hear what people say. Because honestly, like sometimes when you have a concern and you're met with like open hands and like, hey, like this is a thing, this is a problem. I'm concerned about it. Yeah, that is concerning. I will look into that.
Yeah.
That's all you need to hear.
That's all you need.
Because honestly, sometimes you might move on. You might just move on. It's fine. It's no longer a concern because somebody heard your concerns and they validated it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And sometimes people's concerns are wrong, right? Like,
right.
This is certainly not tell leaders that every someone
thing,
brings to you, you need to make changes based off
but
of.
sometimes things are, are like, what's it called? Like set it in reality.
Yeah.
There is a reality-based feedback here.
Yeah, it's real.
Yeah.
And so, right, as a leader's job, it's important to hear all of the feedback with open hands and to be able to clearly explain why you're not going to act on someone's feedback if that's the best choice.
Yeah.
Not just saying like, oh, that doesn't make sense or that's not important.
Yeah.
But to be able to really hear and have a conversation about it and be able to explain your reasoning for doing what you're doing in a way that makes that person understand and then not just feel angry about it.
Yeah. The trick is to not feel angry about it, even if they say they heard you.
Yeah.
Working on that.
I think if it's explained well, though, it makes sense.
That's true.
Like, you can still feel annoyed, right? That what you want isn't going to happen, but that annoyance decreases when someone explains the reasoning well.
Yeah.
And you have to say like, yeah, okay.
Yeah. Okay.
I get it. That actually does make sense.
I get it.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you wanted to cover? Do you think we got it?
No, I thought that was really good.
Yeah. Well, if you made it to the very end of this, thank you so much for sitting with us and talking about So Let Them Burn. We'd love to have you back. Do you want to say anything?
Like, subscribe, tell all your friends. Next month, which means actually next week, we are starting our new book. We are reading They Both Die at the End by Adam Silvera. This is a heart-wrenching book. It will grab you from the beginning. You will fall in love with these characters. And I'm so excited to talk about it with you all. I'm excited to talk about it with you. So grab your book, finish up your reading, and join us next month as we start to discuss They Both Die at the End.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you for coming. See you next week.